Friggin' what up, dude? Strider Wilson, and I'm the host of this podcast that's mine. Going to be called History is Dank. History is Dank with Strider Wilson. Dankest from the
Friggin' what up? Welcome back to another dank ep of History is Dank. I'm your host, Strider Chilson. Just giving myself a nice little pat on the back today. You know, you got to practice self-love. Mentioned on last ep that I broke in the drill factory, and let me tell you, like an old baseball glove, put some oil in that thing, ran it over with the car, broke it in. I'm ready to frickin' patrol the hot corner of my drill factory. Feeling good, loving it. We got Aaron on the sticks. What up, Aaron?
What up?
Chilling. Let's see, dude. Freaking little personal history. I mentioned my GF and I in our new abode, dude. We're freaking loving it, dude. Nice, modern, freaking, not decor, but like design in there. It's all remodeled. Everything right now, I'm learning everything right now. It's white walls on gray. It's whites on gray, very neutral. So you basically, whatever style you are, you can make it happen in that space. That's what's going on in the apartment world right now. I guess you could say in the rental housing world right now. I should know I have a face for real estate. 6'2", basic white dude. That's a real estate build, if I've ever heard of one, you know? Khakis, they just fit. I put them on, I don't need to hem them. I've got a nice little tight butt, an uptight white dude butt that I can just freaking fit into a nice pair of Dockers, or Banana Repubs. J. Crew, stuff like that. And I'm mentioning these brands because I'm a little hurt right now. My feelings are a little hurt because my GF and I went on this dank website. This is going to be another, free endorsement. Here you go. Havenly.com. And we got our styles diagnosed, dude. I was fired up to get my style diagnosed. I found my style. My GF style is legit. It's she has a nice blend. It's a trifecta. It's a triumvirate of freaking decor blend here. It's freaking, I wrote it down. She's a blend of Scandinavian, modern, and Cali cool. Very chill, very cool. And I got to say the website was accurate. I would say that's an accurate depiction. And it hurts me that this website is accurate because when it came back, for me, it just said coastal preppy. I was like, what, dude? It's like, that sounds like something, It's like, why didn't I go to freaking Yale, dude? I don't listen to freaking Vampire Weekend all the time. I mean, I do sometimes. It's like it's not my bad. It's like, my bad. I enjoy freaking, pastels with oceanic freaking overtones, I'm sorry that's my style. Like I mentioned, I'm just a pretty freaking basic dude. Like, that's what probably anyone... I don't know. I'm just trying to justify. I was just hoping it'd come back like a mix of boho and classic, artistic yet, timeless. But no, just basically said I was a tool who probably lives by the beach and can't even surf. Coastal preppy, dude. Freaking really hurt my feelings coming to that style. And the worst part is then you keep taking this quiz and it knows you, dude. It's like, you're going to like this, aren't you? Yeah. You nerd. You like nautical patterns, don't you? You love maps all over everything, don't you? I'm like, yeah, I do. I do love Portland maps, dude. Freaking talk about those on previous eps, dude. Just maps of just coastal ports. Basically, this website called me a poser, dude. And I mean, it makes sense. I started doing some soul searching, some mining, and, doing some stand-up comedy. I would say, I've got a long way to go, but being the amount of years I am now, I'd say, even if you don't get funny jokes out of it, you will have to mine yourself and understand a point of view and how you can speak from and then create comedy from that. And in doing that, I've noticed that I am just basically the freaking starter character in the Madden menu that you build a more interesting, better person off of. It's like just the basic main mold, of just a basic regular white dude, like agility, average, confidence. It fucking depends, dude. Just, other stats, just owns plaid shirts, wears board shorts and New Balance, wears plaid board shorts, just, small dong. It's not even a real stat on there, but it's just my truth. You know, and you're probably saying right now, dude, Strider, you got a podcast, dude. You freaking live in Los Feliz, dude. That's tight, dude. That's creative. You know, dude, and you're doing comedy, dude. You know, but I'm just doing it to get back at my dad, dude, which is just vintage white, dude. It's just vintage. It's what we do. We freaking our whole life goal, top our fathers, 10x my dad, and whack off, plus gourmet sandwiches. Literally, that's what on my LinkedIn profile, which I don't have, but if I did have one, it'd be 10x father, gourmet eats, and jacking off. Describing myself in 3 phrases, not 3 words. Plus, I'd go, I'm determined. Plus, I'm determined and I show up on time. Hire me, please. But I don't need that. Park whip, score fat tips. So just feeling that, dude, you know, kind of a little bummed on that freaking website knowing me better than my own self. So it's just basically what's going on, you know. Don't mean to bum anything out. I don't know, Aaron, what's going on with you, dude? You got something? You stoked on anything, hopefully?
Yeah, I'm stoked on the fact my wife and I just announced we're having a baby.
Oh, dude, yes. That's what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, congrats. I love that, dude. Very nice. Congrats to both of you. You are going to make an excellent father. You're already a great dog father. I have no doubt you'll be a dank human father.
I hope you're right.
Do you know boy or girl yet? Or
girl.
You guys can, girl, very nice.
Yeah.
My sister and her husband my brother-in-law decided to surprise themselves, and then they go, it was tight, but if they had another kid, they would just go, look, let's just know so that we know what toys to keep or get rid of, and so this way you can kind of plan. So
yeah, exactly. I mean, if the science exists, let's use it.
Exactly. We're not freaking anti-science here. You know, we are me and you, Aaron, in the podcast studio, we are a singularity in here. That's what we do. Dude, fired up, man. Congrats. That's what we needed, dude. That's what we needed on this app, dude. I was bumming stuff out, but I'm like, Aaron, you just come in freaking procreating in real life and freaking dankness, dude, and stoke. So I love that. You just straight up procreated stoke right there, dude. Love that. And I'm fired up to decorate I'm not going to bag on this website. I am fired up to make my Jeff and I's apartment look dank, and that's legit, dude. So fired up on that. And speaking of legends like Aaron, today's ep and historical share is going to be about a freaking dank legend, dude. This dude is a businessman. Maybe you've heard of him. He goes by Rocky Aoki. Hiroaki Aoki. And yes, I am talking about Steve Aoki, the DJ's dad, who we've all freaking gotten down to in the Sahara tent at Coachella. Aaron, are you familiar with Rocky Aoki's story at all?
No, I'm not even that familiar with Steve, to be honest.
Dude, I love that. He's got freaking dank beats. He's a chiller, dude. And his dad, Rocky Aoki, now look, he's got, pun intended, a little bit of a rocky legacy. I mean, you know, he started a softcore porn magazine, which I love, dude. I freaking love that. Just, we'll get into it. I think it was called Genesis. Just freaking love that it was softcore, tasteful, legit. Dude, he's a man of theatrics. He raced boats, hot air balloons, cars. Freaking, he was married to 3 different women. He had children with 4 different women, dude. He did, and I'm quoting JT's dad here, he sucked the vine, dude. He had the gift of life. He sucked it. And he just freaking said, I'm going to get all the juice out of this. And he gave back, dude. He gave us Benihana. He gave me a freaking job, dude. Freaking posting up, dude. Food Expo at Benihana. What up, dude? Really, met my shift manager, Robert, there, dude, who was going through divorces himself. And I say that because I think like he was going to divorce his wife. Then I think wife, and then like Hezzy step fake out. He's like, nah. And then I think he did go through with it, but I think I moved on to valet before he did. But anyway, dude, learned a foundation for, formulating a dank adult routine, dude, from being at that place and learning really, discipline from being there and freaking, just how to show up on time and clock in, clock out, and, at teamwork. So, got to thank my freaking Benihana heritage for that. And I got to thank, and that's why, inspired me to look into Rocky. And when I was at UCSD, I took a dank, optional little business class, operations management, dude. Operations, dude. And Rocky's operation, that's what I want to focus on today more so than, you could go, oh, of course, when you leave behind a, multi-million-dollar franchise, whether his ex-wife or kids were the Pope and Mother Teresa themselves, they'd be haggling for the dough. So we'll leave that out of it, but just so we know, it's a part of the legacy. But I want to focus on the man. I want to focus on the dank empire that he freaking built, dude. And, just sort of literally a true, Hollywood American story, going from, coming over here with a vision and executing it and freaking doing it well, dude. So dude's a freaking straight up baller in my book. He is, of course, of Japanese descent. And what I love is that Benihana has its origin in WW Deuce. So there was a chef, and I looked into it, an unnamed chef, but somebody who I think had an impact on Rocky's dad, and Rocky's dad had a coffee shop in Japan, and he would do little unique things. And Rocky inherited that, and he would put like little umbrellas, and he later did this in an ice cream shop that he was working in New York City when he moved over here, like just little extra touches to set himself apart. And that is basically what Benihana is, but on a grand scale. So keep that in mind as we go through this dank business, man. Dude, I love business, dude. I love deals, dude. That's why I love valet, dude. I get cold, hard cash in my hand. I love that feeling, dude. Just the smell of it. It's disgusting. It's a disgusting smell. Don't get me wrong. People would sometimes they'd come from the pool and give me soaking wet bills. I'd go, I don't care. There's chlorine on this. Give it to me. Give it to me. Put it in my pile. Put a rubber band around it. What up? So and I didn't really know this, there was this, mysterious, mythical, dank legend of a Japanese chef cooking teppanyaki style. And usually you would do fish. Obviously you're in Japan and something like that. But he was cooking steaks for homesick American soldiers who missed, the steak and potatoes from back home. And it was kind of funny. I was like, what the heck? There's like American soldiers posting up and this dank chef being nice. Weren't the Japanese the enemy in World War II? And it's like, well, that was Imperial Japan. Not everybody, obviously agreed with the views of the government. And it even made me think of when I was watching WW2 in color, like, dude, the Japanese government would tell its citizens that like the American Marines were savages, that they were rapers, that they were like basically not even regular soldiers, that they were these super, super evil dudes. And if they came upon you, they were going to kill you. They were going to kill your children. They were going to take your women. And dude, the influence back then and just the disinformation and then being cut off from the outside world, like, dude, in Okinawa is tragic. Like Japanese citizens hurl themselves off of cliffs in fear of what the American soldiers were going to do. Of course, we know that's not what would have happened. So just a little bit of dark history there, but just letting you know that there are chillers in Japan, obviously, and there are chillers like freaking Rocky Aoki. And honestly, he came over to the United States in, I believe, the late 50s, early 60s. He opened the first Benihana in 1964, and he moved to New York, and he was studying restaurant management while working at a coffee shop, saving up money. Dude, he saves up $10K. Then he puts that down on the first Benihana in Midtown Manhattan, dude. And, he's, at first, it's not going great, dude. He's sleeping on the floor, just posting up on the floor, saving money on rent, dude. The restaurant's losing dough. And then things turn around. And you got to think about this. Rocky Aoki had this in mind when he came over there. He knew there were stigmas against Japanese cuisine. Everyone thought it was slimy and fishy. So he made a rule. Based on this teppanyaki legendary chef from WW Deuce, we are going to cook American food. We're going to do steak and chicken, dank rice, all the stuff you like when you go to Benihana for your 13th birthday, or you're celebrating a grandparent's birthday there, all that stuff. It was catered to Americans. That's what he knew. He knew his audience, okay? And people at that time, and restaurants at that time in the 60s, Japanese restaurants catered to Japanese people who wanted a taste of home. Rocky Aoki goes, no, I'm going to take American food. I'm going to give it a little Japanese flair. I'm going to throw some theatrics on there. Everyone knows when they see a Benihana restaurant, it's built in a classic Edo style Japanese farmhouse. And people often would if people are ripping on Rocky Aoki, And they could rip on him, dude. I mean, the guy, he ripped on boats. He almost killed himself racing a boat in the San Francisco Bay. Like freaking tore his like liver, freaking broke a rib, dude. Like the dude was, and there was this quote of him waking up in the hospital with his wife and his girlfriend next to him, and he just says to himself, "Oh shit, am I dead now?" He's like, "I wish I was dead now." So he's a funny dude. Sucking the vine always, like I said. But he knew people would go, "Oh, you're stereotyping Japanese culture." And he goes, "I was creating an accessible," he's very aware of what he's doing. So I think in knowing that and being the businessman that he is, he's aware of it, and you can get mad at it. But it's like, I mean, he knew his audience, and he was a wrestler, you know? If you think about it, maybe Benihana was his wrestling character, you know? Just freaking in an architectural and freaking dank cuisine style format. Now, I'm not talking WWE wrestler, although I think that Rocky would have had the flair to succeed in WWE, but he was an Olympic wrestler in like 1960 and he did quite well. So this guy is just a beast, an alpha beast, which is what I love. So he's struggling at first, of course, dude. I think he was a world champion actually in 1962. I put that in my notes. Love when I put something in my notes and I'm able to tap into it and share that dank knowledge. Love when I come upon that. So things turn around for Benihana. Didn't become a multi-million-dollar franchise overnight, but kind of it does after this dank review that Benihana gets from a food critic, Clementine Paddleford. What a name, dude. Clementine Paddleford. She was a food critic, and she was quite a character of her own. I looked into her a little bit. She was a pilot. She would fly all around the northeastern United States, even down south a little bit, to try cuisines and write about them. She was a journalist, wrote for a lot of known New York publications. She was active from 1920 to the 60s, obviously. In 1964 is when Benihana really broke out after this 64, 65, when this review came in. And it just turned things around. She put it in the New York Herald Tribune, rave review, freaking everyone's like, dude, I got to go get me some of this dank eats. I thought, you know, Japanese food was slimy and fishy and I wouldn't want it. Wait, they're cooking steaks over there and they're chopping it up for you and there's fun chefs. Boom, let's go. Everyone from Muhammad Ali to freaking the Beatles go there, to this freaking dank West 56th Street location of Benihana's. Back to Paddleford for a second, though, the restaurant reviewer. Fun fact, she coined the term hero relating to a submarine sandwich in the 1930s, writing that one needed to be a hero to finish the gigantic Italian sandwich. I always get fired up when I learn a little fact like that. You know, that's something that I can drop into conversation in my space. Now, you might be wondering, Strider, what are you talking about when you're talking about your space? That's what I call my apartment now that my style, even though, you know, much to my chagrin, has been labeled as preppy coastal. I have a style and I will now only refer to my apartment as my space. Aaron, is that pretentious or annoying?
No, it's cool.
Thank you, dude. Like if I was to just tell you like, oh, dude, after we record the pod, dude, freaking stoked, dude, for your daughter, legit, dude, let me know. I can get you guys a gift, dude. I'm probably going to cruise by and get my GF and matcha latte on my way back to my space. How would you react to that?
I got no problem with that.
Thank you, dude.
Yeah.
I freaking love that, dude. Just coming back, dude, not putting the judgment on me, dude. Honestly,
No.
I judge myself. I remember when JT and I were first sharing an apartment on the freaking west side, dude, sharing our first space in LA. And I was like, dude, you know what, man? I mean, we're from the OC and I had an Angels hat. I was like, JT, I'm going to buy a Dodgers hat, bro. He's like, cool. I'm like, do you think that's chill? It's like, yeah, what? It's like, but do I have the authenticity, dude? So I'm just wondering, like, I guess I'm just second guessing myself at every step. Like, do I have the authenticity to wear a Dodgers hat or say my space? Those are things that I, you know, toss and turn with over at nighttime, you know, when I'm not getting my solid 8 until I've, you know, really docked my anxiety in a harbor of dankness, knowing that I have the authenticity to say my space and wear a backwards Dodger hat. You know, I looked up the lineup, dude. I memorized the lineup. I looked at pitching schedules. I was like, in case any dudes, because dude, you're in LA, you wear a sports team hat. Dudes are gonna come up to you. They're gonna say, "Hey, how do you think Ryu did on the mound last night?" And I was like, "Shit, did Ryu get traded? Like what? I didn't watch the game. I don't know."
Ryu is not on the Dodgers anymore.
See,
Yeah.
Aaron,
But that's new, as of this year.
I didn't know that till right now, dude. I just found out right now in real time. And guess what? I could be a monster and edit that out of the pod, but I'm keeping it in. I'm keeping it in.
Respect.
Thank you, dude. Freaking legit, dude. So by 1972, after this rave review, sick rhyme, there are nearly 20 Benihana restaurants in America, bringing in $12 million a year. 10 years later, there were 50 Benihana locations. At this point, Rocky Aoki also added previously banned items like sushi to Benihana's menu. I do remember the first time I did ever try a California roll was at my buddy Jeff's, I believe, 12th birthday at Benihana. It was very savory, too salty. I spit it right out and went directly back to my dank fried rice. But I'm fired up that I had the option. You know, it's kind of a little bit of a rant. I know I'm ranting at this point. Sorry to get sidetracked here. Trying to be charming and entertaining. Trying to sell you on my personality. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. Okay? Unlike Benihana, if I were to say my personality was a restaurant, it would be the Cheesecake Factory. It would be a collection of choices. You know, there's Cajun, chicken parm. There's Mongolian, Thai wraps. It's just an amalgamation of choices meant to make someone happy, and that's basically who I am. Okay, I'm just choices trying to make you guys happy. I'm really beating myself up today. But that's just, I don't know, it's kind of the mood I am. At least I'm doing it in an upbeat way, I guess. At heart, I wish I was like a Black Angus, a Black Angus. I like to imagine when I was a kid, it was like a Rainforest Cafe in there, like the theatrics, Benihana theatrics there, where you just kind of went in there and they gave you a raw steak in a, skillet, and you just cooked over an open flame indoors. I think that'd be tight if that was their model. Honestly, it might be a restaurant I open if I ever succeed. Aaron, if you were a restaurant, what do you think you'd be?
Ooh, if I was a restaurant,
I think you'd be In-N-Out. You'd say, because it's so dank, and you go, we do burgers here. You got 3 options. Trust us. You're going to like our sauce. Don't worry about it. If you want ketchup on your burger, sure, we'll do it for you. But trust me, get the double-double animal style.
I mean,
and there's a dank secret menu about you that's charming.
In that essence, you're right. But there's the scripture that's hidden.
True. That's a little bit.
Not my style.
That is very, very strange. You are right. Okay, so what do you think? What are you?
Oh,
it's a tough question on the spot.
It really is.
There's so many things.
Am I fast food or am I something else?
Yeah, are you gourmet? I think you're gourmet, but In-N-Out, I mean, yeah, sure, it's fast food, but if you serve me an In-N-Out burger at like a Ruth Chris, I'd be like, yeah, that's the best burger I ever had. That's the thing. That's the charm about it. What would you be? I mean, maybe you'd be, dude, you might be like a dank poke shop, dude, just fresh, legit, bringing in stoke. They always got good lighting.
I feel like I gotta be some sort of burger place that also has soft serve. Maybe a Foster's Freeze.
Dude, I love Foster Freeze. And they've got charming, we're talking about the architecture of Benihana. Foster Freeze has like dank, charming, old school architecture. So I feel like they've been where they've been forever.
Yeah.
And then like Dairy Queen and other things have kind of overran them. But dude, you find a Foster's Freeze, it's one of those things where it's like, if there's no line, it's like if I see an In-N-Out and it's 10:30 a.m., like right when they open and I've already had breakfast and there's no line, like I have to pull in and get a burger. I just have to, because there's always a line. Like Foster Freeze, I feel like wherever they are, there's always a line. But they're so seldomly or sparsely located around town. If you see one, you hap upon one, you gotta go.
Yeah.
They've got the best fudge. Yeah, Aaron, I like that. Foster Freeze, legit. So, Rocky Aoki, getting back on track, what I really want to focus on about him, and we've talked about him, he was a wrestler, he freaking started a softcore porn magazine. The guy was into business. He was into starting stuff up. Like if you were going to do blow with any business owner, I'd like to do blow with Rocky Aoki and just, you know, hopefully one of my buddy's cousins wasn't there though, just being like, Rocky, dude, here's what we got to do, dude. We got to start a club. And we just DJ, dude. I DJ, it's legit. But here's the thing. Rocky Aoki did start a nightclub that catered to like, you know, I guess today you'd say like, it'd be like where influencers went, and it did tank. But basically it was just an excuse for him to be like, I'm partying and doing business. And I understand that of being like, justifying your partying. Like when he started at Speedboat, he's like, all right, but I'm going to brand it. It's going to have Benihana on there. But it's like, dude, but really you got to be honest with your introspection. You just want to race fast on boats and look cool. And guess what? That's fine. You just got to be honest with yourself about it. That's legit. But then again, so is self-branding. I mean, you know, it's freaking the 21st century. Everyone is a brand. I'll say it again. You are a brand. I just branded my own personality, the Cheesecake Factory. I can't help but do it. It's in my Western dome. It's what we live in these days, man. Dude, I'm just trying to be media literate, dude. I'm trying to wake you guys up listening, dude, and trying to be media literate while you're listening too. But just brand yourself. Like right now, I'm have to brand myself as a chill bro with a freaking dank GF. It's who I am. If I'm trying to get jobs in Hwood, there's freaking some, you know, agent with a 5 o'clock shadow who drives a Maserati, which honestly isn't even that dank of a car. Get an Aston Martin if you really gonna have to do that, or an Audi. And he's got to go, I need to understand how to sell this Strider guy. How am I going to sell him? Oh, dude, he's a dank GF, dude. He's freaking chill, dude, and he freaking post up. Bye. That's the elevator pitch for myself, dude. Oh, he's a dank bro who posts up and chills, dude. Likes history. Bye. Anyway, dude, this is what fired me up and what I touched upon, and what really led me to the interest of Rocky Aoki was his business model, his operations model. Dude, he had Benihana's down pat. I don't even know if that's the saying, but he had it down. The restaurant's floor patterns were designed, and dude, even working there, bro, they trained you where you'd walk in like the best, most efficient ways to get food and other dishes back and everything. Like, dude, you look in there and you're charmed by that Edo farmhouse decor, but dude, it is an operation. It's a square floor pattern. All the, chefs cook back to back. They trade on shifts. By the way, I've never understood to this day where those guys train and learn their skills, dude. These guys are underrated legends, dude. Benihana chefs, legends of the week every week, dude. These guys are beasts, dude. And so fun, you know, they can make anybody feel right at home and anybody feel welcome and spark stoking anyone. If you're unstoked, dude, just go to Benihana. Anyway, dude, go for lunch, dude. They do nice deals. Dude, you move efficiently. The floor patterns are perfect squares. They seat you next to strangers on purpose, knowing it's kind of how fast food restaurants have uncomfortable and bright colors around because they don't want you lingering. They want you in and they want you out. Benihana, they want it quick turnover. They weren't selling super high priced items or bringing out multiple courses. You come in, you get your courses, they slice your steak for you, entertain you while you do it. You're sitting there going, oh, sick, dude, this guy's cutting my steak stank. They do it so you don't have to waste time cutting your own steak. They know what they're doing, bro. They get you eating. They give you the rice ahead of time so it's going to cool off. They want you to house that rice while they're cooking the other thing. Every time I'm there, and this is a little Benihana insider trick, take your bowl that they give you on the side, dude, and just put your bowl over the rice so it stays hot. That's what you do when you wait for your steak. It's going to mess with Rocky Aoki's operation plan, but you know what, dude? Enjoy your meal while you're there. The only desserts they serve, check the menu, cold, ice creams, things that will melt next to the hot grill that you were sitting by next to a stranger. So when you get your free birthday thing, it's not a piece of cake. It's a little fudge sundae with a candle in it. Blow it out. The thing's going to start melting. You better hurry up and eat it and get out and get people going in. The drinks they serve are fun, vacation-style drinks. I love that. They fire me up, but you better order a double because the business model is less booze, more juice and punches and fun umbrellas and a lot of ice and a big glass that they can hire a dude to wash quickly, like me. And you're enjoying that vacation-style drink, limited booze. The booze, alcohol is where your business is going to lose money purchasing that. But guess what? Purchase less booze, serve more fruit punch and stuff, and fun exotic vacation drinks. Boom, you're making dough. You charge more for it. You're charging for the theatrics. And Rocky Aoki was a genius of implementing theatrics into practical business ideology. Dude, you study the freaking like 6 Sigma deviations, the Motorola deviations of like his numbers that he's supposed to meet every quarter. Dude, the guy doesn't deviate. His places make money. You can literally drop a freaking Benihana, which is they're down in like South America now. They're all over the place. I think there's over like 100 locations now. Maybe not quite 100, but like 90, all over the Western Hemisphere. And dude, they succeed wherever they are. And that, like in comedy and in business, if you know who you are and you know what you're going for, and people can knock you, you're gonna have success where you are because you know, and you have your own personal truth. Rocky Aoki knew who he was. Okay, he was a freaking legend alpha businessman. I know who I am. I'm trying to please others and have a charming personality and be chill. Okay, sorry, dude. People call that a try hard. I call it eager. Okay, I'm gonna have a dank perspective about it. Rocky Aoki, when people would knock him for stereotyping Japanese culture and say, oh, you're just watering down Japanese culture, he would go, and I gotta find this quote because I gotta say it right. He would say, sorry to slow things down here because I was on a nice little roll, but you know what? Take a little breather, dude. If you're driving right now and you're stopped at a little red light, sip your latte that you got, dude. Maybe you got yourself a matcha latte like you're going to freaking get for your dank GF, okay? Like I'm going to get for my dank GF, sorry. Okay, so when he was, however, and I'm pulling this quote from, I believe it's like a Fortune magazine article. Rocky Aoki, however, Aoki has also been criticized for watering down Japanese cuisine and culture for commercial success. I mean, honestly, dude, I might have beef with that right there, dude. The guy came over, he freaking studied in night school, he slept on the floor of his own restaurant. He knew America has always been sold as the land of opportunity. He came over for commercial success and we're knocking him for that. Dare I say, go and try to make $1 million? I mean, look, it's the capitalist in me coming out, Sorry about it, dude, but go freaking get it, dog. I love it, dude. Rocky famously said, the minute I forgot I was Japanese, success began. To be fair, it's exactly what he did. That's a quote from the author of this article. Although Aoki preserved parts of his Japanese heritage, for example, designing Benihanas and his reminiscent of Japanese inns. I've read another thing that said farmhouse, but decor differs from location to location subtly, maybe. He built Benihana to cater. He knew his audience, dude. That's what I said earlier, bro. So he knew what he was doing, dude. He was going out there to make a buck, and he succeeded at it, dude, tenfold. And today, there are freaking tons of chains, dude. Rocky, unfortunately, he died in 2008 at 69 years of age, which honestly, if you ask me, is the chillest age. There are 70 Benihana locations today all over the Western Hemisphere, including he has 2 sushi chains that he started, Haru and Raw. I've heard of Raw. I think I might have even been to a Raw. There might be one in Vegas. I freaking love Vegas. Been there 30 plus times, dude. I got to do the history of Vegas one episode, dude. Yeah, a personal history, dude. Honestly, I might be breaking even. I'm going to tell you right now. So, I mean, dude, that's basically all I want to say about Rocky Aoki, dude. His son's a DJ. That's legit, dude. Freaking dude's a legend, bro. Wrestler. Freaking started a softcore, tasteful magazine, dude. Started a nightclub. Freaking crushed it at a dank business chain where I worked. Thank you, dude. Giving me opportunity, dude. And the dude's just a beast. So that is the dank brief history of Rocky Aoki. Let's take a few cues. What do you say? Let's see here. Also, I'm a barber, okay? Maybe I copied this email and put it in here so it'd be easier for me to see. But let's see. This dude came in and asked for a skin fade, but didn't want to see skin, which I was confused by because that isn't a skin fade, which I politely told him, but told him we could do a number 1 to number 2 fade, which would still be a fade, but not as dramatic as skin. He agreed. Anyway, 2 to 3 days later, he writes me a horrible review on Google Reviews saying that Spencer doesn't know how to do a proper skin fade. He told he should not be a barber and should be fired. I was taken back by this because of our consultation. You've been in the service industry like me, and I'm wondering what I should do about this. Should I shrug this off and accept this fool? I didn't know what he wanted, or should I exact vengeance? Much appreciated, man. Hope all is well with you and the GF. Stay safe. Be good, and if you can be good, be careful. All right, cheers, my dog. Yeah, sounds like this dude's a buster, dude. Spencer, I'm sorry, dude. I mean, honestly, right now I'm getting conspiratorial. I'm like, did he go in and get a bad haircut, a dong haircut on purpose, just to get like, to be able to write a rant because people love reading like rants and like negative reviews and stuff? I don't know about that. I mean, it's not like, why else would someone go in there and agree to this haircut and then do that? Sounds like this guy just doesn't know what he wants. It's like, a lot of guys are this way, dude. When I was working at Nordstrom too, dude, I used to work in sales, dude. Guys don't necessarily know what they want, but they know what they don't want. And so, I don't know. It sounds like you gave him great options, you know, and then you freaking hooked him up legitly, and he just came out like being a buster. I wouldn't seek vengeance. I would just be like, I don't know if you can respond, be like, yo, this is Spencer. You asked for a number 2. You said you literally ordered scrambled eggs from me, but then told me not to scramble them and to like make them look like they were scrambled, and I tried my best to do that, and honestly I did a pretty dank job. Send a pic. Aaron, what do you think, dude, about this buster, dude?
I think just let it sit, because when I read Yelp reviews, if I see a response from the business, I'm kind of like, meh.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's almost worse if you respond.
Haters are gonna hate.
Yeah.
Honestly, dude, I'm never a fan of because I get dong haircuts. It's just inevitable. It's the only thing I'm capable of getting. You know, just to really stick to my theme of beating myself up today. Have I mentioned I have a small dong yet? God. I never been into the short side look. Like, I feel like every barber and stylist tries to talk you into, we got to go short on this, like that Brad Pitt haircut from Fury. I don't want that haircut. I want it even all around. I want to limit the dong aspect. Do you ever find that, Aaron?
I mean, I get my hair cut pretty short just so that I don't have to do it again for a while.
Smart.
I kind of have like a love-hate relationship with barbers in general.
Everyone does. Remember the show Boy Meets World?
Uh-huh.
Corey Matthews had one of the best jokes of all time, and I still remember it to this day. I remember as a kid. I remember it was like one of the jokes I was like related to. Like my older siblings would watch Seinfeld and laugh at stuff I didn't understand, and I felt like it was my Seinfeld style laugh at Boy Meets World when Corey Matthews is like, you know, and he kind of has curly hair like I do,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, you know, I get a haircut and it looks terrible for 3 weeks, it looks good for 1 day, and that's time for another haircut already. I'm like, very good, very, very good. All right, let's see. Oh, dude, I copied it wrong. Spencer's from Canada. I saw that. Let's see. Oh no, this is a dude. Never mind. This is another dude named Spencer. He says, "Hey dog, loving the Spencers right now. My name is Spencer from Canada. What up? I'm not sure if you know about Canadian legend Terry Fox. Search his story on the web. I think you'd really appreciate what this legend did, and the tale would be dope topic for History is Dank." Love getting a suggestion. Yeah, dude, I am. Like, this would be a great topic. Are you familiar with Terry Fox, Aaron?
No.
He was a like a Canadian athlete and runner. He lost his leg because he had like a rare bone disease, like a cancer, like bone cancer, I think, after getting in a car accident, and like his knee injury just really stuck with him. Had to get amputated, and then he ended up like running across Canada. I don't know if he ended up making it, but he raised like the most money like ever, and this was like in 1980 or something, I think, at the time. And then now, like every year, they do a Terry Fox run and run a ton of money for cancer research. And he was like a young dude and enthusiastic. You know, he also sucked the vine like Rocky, and but in a different way, not, you know, so much partying. But
hey, you never know. It was 1980.
That's true. Could have been doing blow. I mean, come on, blow was a cup of Joe in 1980. Kidding me?
How else are you gonna get across the tundra?
Exactly. You know, you're not doing the Yukon without a little coca. You know, how are you supposed to wrestle down a moose in the first thing in the morning without a little, you know, cocaine? When in doubt with trying to come up with something clever, you got to just go hard onto whatever it is you were just talking about. That's the move. That's the algorithm. Yeah, dude, that dude was a legend, man. He was a freaking legend. Terry Fox. What up, Sir Legend? Speaking of legend, dude. Just listen to the Junior Lifeguards pod, and I gotta say, thank you, dude. Fired up. Fire Dan Carlin impression. Thank you, dude. Anyway, only person who might rival my Dan Carlin impression, JT. He does a fire one as well. Anyway, if you were a knight in ye old medieval England and you are participating in a knight tournament to show your current GF how much of a badass you are and how deserving she is to be your BF, to be your GF, what game do you think would impress her the most? Would it be you crushing some dude off his horse in a joust, or you straight up embarrassing another knight in a one-on-one melee? Or would it be another game? Thanks for reminding everyone that history is Dank Joseph. I was hoping his name would have been Spencer. Dude, that's a fire question right there. It makes me think of a Dank movie, A Knight's Tale, you know, referencing our dog Chaucer, dude, the Canterbury Tales. And also Heath Ledger, another legend who needs to rest in peace. I mean, dude, the joust, bro. I think he just nailed it. It's got to be the joust. It's so sick. You go to medieval times. Have you ever been to medieval times, Aaron?
I have not.
Dude, we need to go. JT's never been.
Yeah, I gotta
When
go.
thing opens up, we're going to medieval times for my birthday, dude. Instead of Benihana, which is maybe the best birthday restaurant. Medieval times is a great birthday. Rocky Aoki would have loved medieval times, dude. Honestly, dude, a medieval times samurai style. Rocky Aoki's dad was descendant of samurai. I forgot to throw that in there, which is legit. And he named Benihana after a flower that he found one time, which I guess was called like a Benihana flower. And he goes, "This is should be the name of your restaurant." Boom. That's how they got the name, the etymology of that. Dude.
Yeah, dude. If they had samurais and ninjas and stuff.
That'd be so sick.
Yeah.
Knights versus ninjas. I mean, that's...
Oh, combo. Sure.
Let's go, dude. That's... And then like gladiator style.
There's a pirate one.
Yeah. Dude, they used to flood the Coliseum and do pirate fights.
There's a pirate one in right next to Medieval Times.
Yeah, there is.
Buena Park.
I need to go there.
Yeah.
Dude, Buena Park's got some entertainment going on. They've also got a dank Portillo's down there, which I wouldn't mind being as a restaurant. Get the Italian beef, spicy giardiniera peppers, dude. What up?
Can we go there now?
Seriously, dude. Honestly, with only good thing about the Q-Teen's been the lack of traffic in the greater LA area.
Yeah.
People are staying home. Yeah, I think I got to go joust to impress my GF, to be honest. Aaron, what would you do?
I'm more of a melee guy, I think. I think, especially if she's like deciding between the two of you. I mean, it's like, fucking, I'm gonna melee this dude.
That's a good call. It
this dude down.
is.
What? I'll make him drop his mace.
Yeah, you would definitely make him drop his mace. There's no question.
Yeah.
Would you be using a mace as well, or a broadsword, or
No,
would you
I'm a
be
broadsword
an axe?
guy. Yeah,
that's what I feel like as well.
Yeah.
I think that's a good call. I think maybe even just doing an entire gauntlet. You know, lay down the gauntlet, do them all: joust, melee. Maybe they do like an armor dressing quickness, like F1 style with the whole team gearing someone up. Maybe they do, what other medieval, I'm trying to think of the movie. I know they did melee, like Sir Ulrich von Liechtenstein dominated at the melee. Of course, there was the joust.
I feel
maybe
like you're also not wearing a helmet. You're letting the flow.
Yeah, you got to let the flow go. Rock a beard. Everyone probably had jacked up teeth back then, which we don't realize. Oh, there's probably archery for sure. Maybe axe throwing.
Yeah, archery. I was pretty good at that.
I mean, nowadays you can. A crossbow, which would be sick. I'd love to shoot a crossbow.
I feel like it's cheating.
True. You know how they
Compared
have bars?
to regular bow and arrow.
You got to use... Dude, pulling back a bow and arrow is hard, dude. Like one of those compound bows, it's no joke, dude.
Yeah.
It's no joke. It's fun, though, man.
We had one in my dad had this bow for no good reason. It was a recurve bow. And we took it to a sporting goods store and we're like, hey, can we string this thing up? And the guy's like, yeah. And we did, and we pulled it back, and it's like, dude, this thing is like 150 pounds just to get it back. Like,
Totally.
It was ridiculous. I was like, what is this for?
It's so hard. But, dude, that thing's got to go through like a turkey or something, dude.
It had a picture of a bear on it, so I don't know. That's what it was for.
Oh, dude, yeah. If you get a bear's bow, you kidding me? Cracking the hide of a freaking grizzly, dude?
Yeah.
Look out. That's not going to be easy.
No.
Take some strength.
Probably going to need a few.
Yeah. You're going to need to go freaking my boy Anthony Hopkins style from The Edge. You got to kill the motherfucker. Which I think might be the second time I've referenced that on this podcast. Yeah. It's one of my favorite. It is one of my favorite things. Literally before I do anything that I get a little bit scared to do, like going to the dentist or maybe doing a set or, you know, even coming on this podcast, to be so brave and honest. I say, well, I'm going to kill the motherfucker. And then I have to. So good, dude. Sick, dude. I think that's about it, dude. Fire episode. Fired up on sharing Rocky Aoki's genius business ideology and with his mesh of dank theatrics. I mean, what's more American than that? And true American legend.
What's more American than a guy named Rocky?
Exactly, dude. Exactly. Fire, Aaron, dude. Dropping knowledge, coming in with a stoke, dude. My mom's calling me right now, so it's time to call the pod, dude. Legit, dude. Write in more questions, suggestions, StriderWilsonTreads@gmail.com. Freaking stay stoked. Looking forward to more eps and more dankness, dude. All right, lit.